Hey guys, and welcome to the DBG podcast, a podcast where we interview top level executives inside leading and growing companies in the beauty and e-commerce industry. Excited to have our guest today, Michael Fensterstock. We'll be diving into his story and a little bit what his company does and some engaging insights into the beauty industry. So I'll go ahead and kick it off to you, Michael. Could you please introduce yourself and tell a quick snippet of your story and your background prior to working at Linhart?
Rachel, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for taking the time to organize this, and excited to share some insights and a little bit of history for my 20-odd year career in health, wellness, beauty, and consumer products. So right now, I'm running Linhart Smile Care, which is a spin-out of Linhart Dentistry, founded by Dr. Jan Linhart in 1979 in Midtown Manhattan after going to NYU Dental School. And Dr. Jan Linhart is a restorative and cosmetic high-end dentist with a full service of products and services out of our New York City office. In the last few years, we've opened up a Greenwich, Connecticut office, and Dr. Jan Linhart's son, Zach Linhart, is one of my closest friends from college. We actually played college squash together up at Bowdoin in Maine, and Dr. Zach is now running the Greenwich practice and taking over running Linhart Dentistry with his father. So Linhart Smile Care is an extension of Linhart Dentistry, and we've created a variety of oral care products for a total solution for your mouth, whether it's keeping your teeth healthy, your gums healthier, your teeth cleaner and whiter, your smile brighter. We want to be able to offer products that are high quality, effective, safe, made in the USA, and that dentists stand by as a result of over 45 years of practice.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And so, could you explain a little bit how you got into this industry and what is about your job or industry that you're passionate about?
Yeah, I'll start with why I'm fired up about what I'm doing here and how oral care is so important to your overall health, wellness, and beauty routine. The focus and conversation around beauty and skincare and high-end lotions and creams and using exotic ingredients for nail care, hair care, facial care, what have you, has been around for a long time. I think that the mouth has been sort of ignored, and we, at least as Americans, have typically been given products by our dentist or hygienists since we were children. And oftentimes we don't ask questions about what ingredients we're using, why our teeth might be sensitive, why our smiles are not as white and bright as we like them to be. A lot of whitening products will oftentimes be filled with silica, which is an abrasive. It's actually a sand. And when you're brushing your teeth with a silica-based product, you might be brushing away your coffee stains, your wine stains, and other stains on your teeth. But also you might be scratching your enamel and actually eroding your teeth. And that's the protective layer that keeps your teeth healthy and your roots protected. And then as a result, if you wear away the enamel and wear away down to the root, then you're going to have really sensitive teeth, and no one likes sensitive teeth. So I think that leading with your smile is one of the most important things that you can do when you shake someone's hand or give someone a fist bump or however we greet each other now in the post-COVID world. Really smiling is so important. It shows who you are genuinely, and being really proud of your smile, I think, is critical to being confident.
It's very true. That's very true. Thank you so much for sharing. And so, I've seen a lot of brands trying to actually change the beauty market by offering products that are safer for the customers. But besides this trend, based on your being inside the industry, what are the current trends in the market that you are aware of? What winds are blowing? What are you noticing?
There's a lot of talk about sustainability, and that term is really important, I think, for our world, and not having single-use plastics, not having single-use anything. So when we're talking about, let's just talk about oral care. So if you're talking about amenities at high-end hotels or airlines, for example, oftentimes you'll be provided a bamboo toothbrush, right? It's sustainable, it's made from nature. However, anything that's used once and then thrown away or encouraged to be sort of single use really isn't sustainable unless it can be recycled very easily and quickly. And things like bamboo toothbrushes do not break down easily and quickly. And you have to remove the bristles to make it properly recyclable. So sustainability is one key trend I see. Another key trend I see is water efficiency. So water, I think, is sort of the next frontier, and having clean water. And when you're looking at manufacturing practices, understanding what kind of fuel are you using to power your plants, how much water are you required to use to grow your ingredients, and how far do you have to ship your products to get them not only to your warehouse but then also to your customer. So having somewhat of a greenish footprint is definitely a trend that I'm seeing, and we want to be as sustainable yet as effective as possible.
Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing this. Very interesting. Now I want to transition a little bit and learn more about your company. So could you tell me about your company and what products are over at Linhart?
Sure. So again, Linhart Smile Care provides products made by dentists, backed by science, and over almost 50 years of history in the dental field, working on patients every single day, testing our products. So we have everything as simple as a toothbrush, but we have infused our ultra soft, dual length nylon bristles that are super soft with nano silver. Nano silver is important because it kills bacteria, and bacteria thrives in water-based environments often. So you don't want to use, for example, a bamboo toothbrush that doesn't have anything like a nano silver bristle, because once you brush your teeth a few times, it's going to have water on top of the bristles, which encourages bacteria. And then oftentimes you're brushing your teeth with a bacteria-laden toothbrush. Putting bacteria directly in your mouth is not healthy for your teeth, your gums, your heart, or anything inside your body. We have a very innovative toothpaste with a formula we call Linamel, like the Linhart name, which features xylitol, a neutralizing sugar that neutralizes pH in your mouth, fluoride, which we believe is one of the gold standards of great oral care to strengthen your teeth, and theobromine, which is a cocoa bean extract, which actually is proven to strengthen your teeth as well. We also add some aloe vera to decrease inflammation in your gums, and mint and anise for a light, great tasting flavor. And then we have a full suite of whitening products. So one of our really innovative products is a whitener gel. You just put a drop of it on top of your toothpaste. It's for daily use, decreases inflammation in your gums, and will help get your teeth whiter slower over time. And then we have a full whitening collection, which is the LED light, a tray, our 35% carbamide peroxide solution. You put it in your mouth for 16 minutes. There's an automatic timer. It's beautiful, elegant, very easy to use, and will quickly whiten your teeth. We also have an organic SPF lip balm, because when people come into the practice and your mouth is open for a long period of time, you want your lips to be moist and not cracking, and everyone loves a good flavored, good tasting, organic, healthy SPF lip balm.
Awesome. And I feel like you kind of touched upon this already, but I really want to give you the chance to really dive into this topic. So what unique value do Linhart products bring to your customers?
Yeah, I think the most important thing when you're looking at products is to try to get something made by a master of his or her craft. So, for example, if you're going to buy a new lotion or get into a skincare regimen, you want the company that manufactures it to have been doing research and working on people's faces and human skin and looking at follicles for a very long time, because things change, research changes and evolves, key opinion leaders evolve, and you want people who are in the game and who have been in the game for a very long time, and that's what we offer at Linhart, right? So our dentists, our periodontists, endodontists, we have a full suite of service providers at both the New York City and Greenwich, Connecticut offices, and these are the folks who developed our products, Dr. Zachary and Dr. Jan Linhart. So it's people that are in patients' mouths every single day, understanding what works, what doesn't work, why there's sensitivity, and what you can use on a regular basis to have really good oral hygiene. I mean, that's really the difference. We say made by dentists and backed by science. It's truly a product that was discovered and manufactured and invented by our dentists.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And so now I want to ask, because this is a very dynamic industry. So what are some of the challenges of being the CEO at Linhart? What do the day-to-day challenges look like for you?
Yeah, I would say awareness and education when you're dealing with going against large incumbents. And there's plenty of room in the marketplace for lots of different types of products, different price point products. But getting the attention of retailers, direct to consumer has changed dramatically relative to the cost of customer acquisition. So if you're trying to acquire customers online, thinking differently and creatively, and not just trying to outspend your competitor, because unless you're funded by some massive venture funds, it's very difficult to compete when you're dealing with direct consumer businesses. So having an omni-channel approach, I think, is really critical to what we do. Reaching people, telling a genuine story, and standing behind the products. Right? We guarantee our products. I will personally go out and train all of our retail partners. I give lots of sampling opportunities when you're a partner of ours, so that your entire staff knows what we have in the products and is comfortable talking about the unique selling proposition of our products. There are many celebrities that love to use our products, but I think it's just as important that your everyday customer, you, Rachel, me, all of our friends, use something that we really care about in our mouths, that tastes great, that foams really well, that's going to leave us feeling clean and healthy. That's just as important as famous people using the products. So competing with large global incumbents is a big challenge, but it's also fun. And patients are, consumers are really smart and savvy relative to ingredients and story. So just telling that and trying to get onto a platform where we can get more ears and eyeballs that actually care about what we're doing, I would say is the biggest challenge, but also a great asset to be able to leverage.
Yeah, definitely agree with this. And so, what type of mindset would you say is needed to be a successful CEO?
A mindset of willing to take risk, calculated risk, but learning from failure, being unbelievably doggedly resilient and having grit, being able to take no and understand why the initial or second or third answer to your question about maybe getting into a store or getting into someone's bathroom is a no, and crafting that as well as you can to understand how you can get to the yes eventually. So persistence, grit, hard work, learning from every conversation you have, and really understanding what customers want is probably the biggest challenge. And then there's inventory management, logistics, shipping, fulfillment, managing people, managing marketing, managing messaging. Now there's a massive world of online influencers, and you can't necessarily control their messaging. So just trying to sort of put yourself in the best suit possible, and making sure that you communicate as well and as clearly as you can to your team and to the world about what your mission is. These are very challenging things to do. We're taught as young as 3 or 4 years old and how to tell a story and how to command an audience and how to keep things simple. But it's very easy to get lost in the world of social media and get caught up in the world of beauty and luxury and influencers. And there's just a lot of noise. So keeping a clear head is also something that I maintain on a regular basis. Having a healthy, active lifestyle is really important, and not staring at your phone for every free minute that you have, checking Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is, Reddit, right? There's always an opinion on what you're doing, but maintaining that you're going to take in all the information and data and try and use it positively, but also maintaining a positive, optimistic, encouraging attitude is something that I live by every day.
Thank you so much for sharing this. And now, we're a data analytics company, so I'm always curious to hear about other people's experiences when it comes to data analytics in the industry. So, in your experience, how does data influence decision making and strategies in the beauty industry?
Yeah, at large, I would say data can be an important tool when you're developing new products and you're trying to understand trends and predict what you're going to launch in the next 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, whatever it is. But data can change quickly and opinions change quickly. And so if, for example, the most popular toothpaste flavor today is orange, right? Is that going to be popular next year? And for us as a business, maintaining that we're going to only release products that we're really proud of, tried by dentists, backed by science. We don't necessarily want to be chasing trends. For example, charcoal was a big trend, and if you looked at the data, it would make sense to develop a charcoal-based product. We don't believe that charcoal is good for you. In fact, we think that charcoal is really bad for your teeth. It scratches your teeth and does the same issues and damage to your enamel that I was describing earlier. So data can be a double-edged sword, right? If you look at TikTok and look at trending videos and analyze that type of data, right, you could say that oil pulling is critical to your oral care. We don't believe that, right? So using data over longer periods of time is just as important as like the data today. But then when you're marketing to customers and trying to figure out which trade shows to attend and sort of a product development roadmap, that's sort of how we're looking at data from our perspective.
Okay, so could you elaborate a little bit on how you use data at Linhart and share some insights on the role of data analytics and understanding consumer preferences and trends within your company?
Yeah, overall, if you look at data from, again, I like to take a longer term perspective. Our our toothpaste is a mint flavor, right? Mint is the number one category flavor for toothpaste. Again, there are lots of indicators that people like other flavors, but when developing a business and catering to customers, you're dealing with an 80-20 rule, like in most things in life. So when I'm looking at products and inventory and stocking shelves and stocking our warehouse and things like that, where do I want to lean in terms of inventory? Well, one, I have to understand expiration dates and if that's relative. And two, where are we selling 80% of our products? Am I going to go develop products that are super cool that might get noise on social, but really only do like 20% of our sales? That's probably not worthwhile. So taking a step back and saying, all right, where is 80% of our revenue coming from? What do people buy regularly? What's the thing that they use every single day and they're going to buy every 6 months for a very long time, rather than what are they buying once a year or because they think something's cool? So I think data is important when you can gather it in terms of product development and inventory. And then also, who is our customer, right? Using data to understand where should we be spending our marketing dollars on either accessing retail partners, going to trade shows, or going direct to consumer via a variety of avenues. Using data there, right? That's sort of that's not rocket science, but having good partners to help us analyze the data and really focus our efforts is important for us.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Now, I'm curious to know, what are the projects for Linhart? What is your vision for the next 12 months?
We have a lot of products and goals upcoming. I love the hotel amenity space. I think being a part, offering our line or our travel kit as a beautiful custom hotel amenity at properties like Four Seasons and Ritz-Carltons and Viceroys and Amans and Rosewoods and Relais and Chateau properties, these really high-end properties, in addition to first class lounges and first class amenity kits and DOP kits on airlines. Those are goals that I have in the near to long to medium term. It, one, gets great exposure for our brand. Two, gets what I think is the best product on the market into people's hands who know that oral care is as important as face care and all the categories we've talked about. So having beauty and wellness and oral care sort of merge is something that I would like to see happen, because I think that what you brush your teeth with and what you whiten your teeth with and what toothbrush you're using is as important as all of the other products you're putting on and in your body. So I would like to see that happen. I sort of see it trending. So hopefully we'll see it actually come to fruition.
Yeah, definitely agree with this, and hopefully those exciting projects come true very soon. Now I have a last question. It's a loaded one, but I like to ask it. I think it's a good way to kind of wrap things up. What are some of the most important things you've learned in your career?
Rachel, that's a great question. Uh, I think the most important things I've learned in my life and my career are that one, you need to trust and be passionate, not necessarily in a loving, um, romantic way, but just be passionate and trust and love everyone you work with, or at least the key players of your team, and certainly your business partner. Trust is the foundation of everything. And if you can't trust the products or the story or your business partner, things are just very difficult because the world is tough. Business is very difficult. There are challenges that hit you from every angle that are unexpected and unanticipated, no matter how much work you do. So being able to trust and love who you're working with is critical. Being fired up about what you're doing, also super important. Everyone says life is short. I had an aneurysm in my heart when I was 29 years old, and that was sort of the impetus to project me or push me into becoming an entrepreneur. I had had corporate jobs in my 20s in New York City, and then when I had this massive health issue, it gave me the courage to say, I'm doing this. And I have failed many times in my life, starting from when I was a young pitcher, having home runs hit off me. You have to focus on the next pitch. There's no sense in dwelling on the past. You have to learn from the past, and do the hard work to be prepared so that you can actually mentally move on and keep moving forward and do your best, and make sure that people trust you and you're authentic. And if you love what you're doing, if you love who you're doing it with, then the authenticity is gonna be right there, hand in hand.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this. It's a very wise advice. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Now, for the people that are listening or watching and that want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
Thank you, Rachel. So our website is linhart.nyc, linhart.nyc. My email is michael@linhart.nyc. You can reach me, Michael Fensterstock, on LinkedIn. I'm very approachable. I like to help however I can. I always seek advice and guidance from people who know more than I do, and there are lots of those around. And so I appreciate that and try and go full circle and pay it forward with advice. I'd also like to leave you with one book that I think is really important to read. It's called The Score Takes Care of Itself by Bill Walsh, a famous football coach for the 49ers, took over a totally losing team and then took the team to massive success with multiple Super Bowl wins and was Joe Montana's coach, and thought about things differently and was what some people would say over prepared. But preparation is key, especially when you want to win. And business is about winning and differentiating. And I think that if you can differentiate yourself by working harder, working smarter, and being resourceful, you give yourself good odds.
Well, thank you so much for the recommendation. And I'll put all your information in the description of the podcast for the people that want to reach out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Thank